Hello, and welcome to I Watch This as an Adult, a podcast where I watch movies from my childhood from an adult perspective. And today, we will be reviewing 1996's Space Jam. Alright guys, Space Jam, 1996. What I'd like to start off with is how I saw the movie and how old I was when I saw the movie. It was the summer of 1996. I was 10 going on 11. How I saw Space Jam was, I believe my grandfather took me to go see Space Jam. I believe, he took me to go see Space Jam, and I believe he took me to go see Kazam that summer, too. I think Kazam came out in 96. There'll probably be a Kazam review sometime down the road. Support the podcast, and you'll see that Kazam review coming up. But he took me to go see Space Jam and Kazam, I believe, that summer. I don't know, my grandpa and going to see movies with basketball players in it. Take me to go see movies with basketball players, and I don't know, maybe because he knew I like fucking basketball. I don't know, but and I was a huge Michael Jordan fan growing up. I think every kid was a huge Michael Jordan fan growing up, you know. But the start of this movie, you see a young Michael Jordan. I think it's set in 1973. Michael Jordan's born in 1963, so he's got to be 10 maybe. And it's a young Michael Jordan, and he's outside playing basketball in North Carolina. I forgot where Michael Jordan grew up in North Carolina. I think he grew up in Charlotte. Don't hold me to that. I think he grew up in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm not sure. But you see young Michael Jordan outside playing basketball. His dad comes out there. It's like, Michael, what are you doing, Michael? And he's like, I'm playing basketball, Dad. He's like, well, it's late, son. He's like, well, it's late, son. And he's like, well, let me play a little bit more, Dad. And then, he just goes to start playing, and his dad's out there talking to him. And it's pretty much young Michael Jordan narrating everything to the audience. He's narrating to the audience what older Michael Jordan's gonna do. You talked about playing on the championship team. Say he's gonna play for North Carolina. University of North Carolina. He went on to do that. He went on to be on the championship team. He went on to play in the NBA. At this time, he wasn't a 6-time champion yet because he didn't do that till 98. At this time, he was probably a 3-time. At this time, maybe I think 3-time champion, or 4-time. I think the Bulls had won a championship that season because they missed. They got to they didn't get that far in the playoffs in 95. I think Orlando knocked them out in 95. I remember that. But I'm being a sports historian here. I'm sorry for fucking Space Jam. I'm sorry. But yeah, he's out there playing and just telling everybody, just telling the audience what he's gonna do, you know. And he's like, I'm gonna go play in the NBA. And then he said, after that, I'm gonna play baseball, which I don't think that was in the cards. I really don't think that motherfucker wanted to play baseball for real. I think it was a ploy, and I'm gonna get to that as this review goes on, what I think happened, the reason why Michael Jordan retired, and I'm probably gonna talk about the reason why he did Space Jam. And it's for some nefarious, I think it's for nefarious reasons. Just keep listening and you'll figure out why I think he did Space Jam and why he retired from basketball to go play baseball for a little bit. But yeah, he's just pretty much rambling off every accomplishment that older MJ has. And then he does the dunk, which I don't think he actually did because he's 10 years old and the fucking goal was 6 feet tall. I don't think a 10-year-old could fucking get up that high. And then they hit you with the theme song. Come on and slam. And welcome to the jam. All that shit. And they show all the clips of Michael Jordan. And you get to it, and they get to the shit about Michael Jordan playing baseball, and he's trying to... Michael Jordan can't act. I'm sorry. Michael Jordan is a terrible actor. I'm glad this is his only movie. I really am. I'm glad this is his only goddamn movie because he's fucking terrible as an actor. He cannot emote, or if he does try to emote, he over emotes. Like he's just like over, and even like he's overwhelmed or he's underwhelmed. It's like either one. But the whole shit about him playing baseball is dry as fuck. He get hooked up with Dennis Nedry. That's what I call him. The actor's name is Wayne Knight, but he gets hooked up with him. That's his publicist. I've always wondered who that guy was. When I was a kid, I never knew who he was supposed to be. I was like, was he his manager? Was he his agent? Like, who was he? But he was the publicist. He was the publicist for the baseball team. He wasn't even the publicist for Michael Jordan. And I think about that as an adult. I was like, why would the publicist for the baseball team be around Michael Jordan so much? Like he's his manager. That's not what publicists do. It's so fucking insane. I don't understand why they had I forget the nigga name. What's his name in the movie? Stan. His name was Stan. I don't know why they had Stan around Michael Jordan so much. It just didn't make any sense. I guess I don't know. I'm looking too much into that. But and then we go to there's like a spaceship. There's some shit. No, the spaceship doesn't come in yet. We go galaxies far, far away or whatever, and you see Moron Mountain. First of all, the CG animation in this movie, it's 1996. It doesn't look good. It looks like a goddamn PC game. It looks like they made that shit with like Windows 95 or some shit. It looks like they made this shit with Windows 95. But they go to Moron Mountain, which is like a planet full of aliens, and they pretty much try to kill all the patrons that go to the theme park. And then they're like, oh, this is boring, they're trying to kill us, and it's stupid, I don't want to come back here or some stuff. And then there's a villain named Mr. Schwackhammer, played by Danny DeVito, which I love. Danny DeVito is one of my favorite actors. Like, dude's awesome, but he's really stale in this movie. He really is stale in this movie. I don't know if he's just dialing it down because it's for kids, but Danny DeVito could be a really good actor if he wanted to. I don't know if he's just like, hey man, this is for kids. This is for kids. I'm gonna dial it down, So he just did that, and so he plays Mr. Schwackhammer. And he has these little alien guys with him. Like, they're like little tiny little aliens. I think one of them is on heroin. I really do. I think like one of them, there's like a blue alien. I think the motherfucker's been chasing the dragon, like seriously. Because like he got one eye half open, he doesn't know where he is half the time. He's like, oh my god, what's going on here? I think they were trying to make him a pothead, but they got pot and heroin mixed up. So now he looks like a heroin addict. It's weird, but he tells Schwackhammer tells the little aliens, I guess they work for him. I don't know what they do for him, because they never are specific with anything in this goddamn movie. They don't really fucking tell a story in this movie. They're like, hey, it's for kids. Kids don't give a shit about story. Like, kids don't give a shit about storylines or some shit. I don't know. But for some reason, he sees the Looney Tunes. He's like, because he's looking for a new attraction. He sees the Looney Tunes, and he's like, I want the Looney Tunes. Go get them motherfuckers. And he's just telling them, he just telling them to go get the fucking Looney Tunes, and they go get they hop in the spaceship. This is where the spaceship comes in. They see the spaceship. Michael Jordan and everybody sees the spaceship. They see the spaceship fly by. It lands. It goes underground and all that other shit. And they go through a Warner Brothers logo, and it's dumb as shit. It's pretty much. I'm just gonna cut to the chase. I'm just gonna cut to the fucking chase with this shit. All the Looney Tunes shit is boring. It's all boring. They try to make them wacky and zany, and I don't give a fuck. I don't even know if I gave a fuck as a 10-year-old about that. I'm trying to think if I even liked Space Jam as a 10-year-old. I think I did. I'm not sure. But I don't even think I laughed at anything that the Looney Tunes did. I don't think I did. But back to the story. Michael Jordan gets dropped off by Stan. I don't know why Michael Jordan would get dropped off by his publicist. And he lives in this nice, modest ass house, which I know Michael Jordan would not live in. And it's like Michael Jordan's suburban dad. It's just like everybody in the neighborhood knows Michael. They're like, "Hi, Michael. Hi, Michael." And I was like, dude, Michael Jordan lives in this fucking neighborhood and nobody ain't trying to kill him or rob him or anything like that. Come on, man. You're like, he ain't got no security gates. He ain't got nothing. This is Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player of all time. Nobody tried to get at him. I find that hard to believe. He has his kids. He has his wife, Juanita, played by Theresa Randle. Ooh. This movie could have did with a lot more Theresa Randle. I love me some Theresa Randle. I'll probably do a lot of movies on this podcast with Theresa Randle in them because Theresa Randle was in a lot of movies in the 90s. So you're probably going to hear me talk about my Theresa Randle infatuation a lot with her pretty ass eyes. But Theresa Randle is finer than a motherfucker. But I've always had a thing for Theresa Randle. But like, she plays his wife Juanita, and they got the little kids and shit, and Michael Jordan just has no charisma whatsoever in this movie. He's just whatever. But let's get back to the Looney Tunes. So the Looney Tunes run into the aliens. The aliens talk about, we want to make y'all our slaves, and we gonna take y'all back to Moron Mountain. And the Looney Tunes are like, hey, how we gotta defend ourselves somehow. And so the Looney Tunes challenge the aliens to a game of basketball, and the aliens don't know what basketball is, so the Looney Tunes show the aliens footage of basketball. Why would you do that when you're fighting for your freedom? I didn't understand that part at all. Like, you're fighting for your freedom. Why would you show the people that are trying to enslave you footage of basketball so they can have the upper hand on you? I don't get it. I don't understand. Maybe they thought they could beat them. I don't know. But so the aliens look at the footage and they get a bright idea. Like, let's just steal the talent of the greatest basketball players in the world. So they go to a New York Knicks game, I believe, in the Madison Square Garden. And by the way, there's a Patricia Heaton, who was the mom on Everybody Loves Raymond. I mean, like the wife on Everybody Loves Raymond, not the mom, not Doris Roberts. She's the wife on Everybody Loves Raymond, and Dan Castellaneta is one of the fans in the crowd. Dan Castellaneta plays Homer Simpson on The Simpsons, so it was kind of cool to see them. That was a cool little sighting right there, especially Dan Castellaneta. To see him, that was pretty cool. Just to see him not be Homer Simpson and just be a regular dude, you know. So, but so like they go to the game. The Knicks are playing the Phoenix Suns. Charles Barkley's on